Okay, so I had done everything to put the pieces together and figured out, what this couple was, where they intersected, and that they just had one child, and he was a male. And so this would have to be my birth father, right? So this is where the joke was on me because he turned out to have a name that was similar to the only piece of evidence my birth mother had to give me, which was his first name. So she had been telling me the truth the whole time. I just hadn't wanted to believe it. And so I've had to eat a lot of crow. Like I said, I had to come back and apologize to her. And I truly hope that she accepts my apology. It taught me a lot. Searching for his family has taught me a lot, even though it turned out to be not pleasant, not what I wanted the truth to be. It's left me with a profound sense of closure to know who he was, where I came from, what that family is like, seeing other people, seeing what my biological grandfather looks like, seeing what my birth father looks like, seeing who other people in his family and what they look like. It was a personal achievement to me, personally. It doesn't matter who he was. The point was persevering until I found the answers and getting that closure through the answers that I found. And also realizing that even though I needed to know who he was to complete my identity and get closure to it, I'm not the sum part of who he is. I'm not the sum part of who my birth mother is, and I'm not the sum part total of who my adoptive parents are, even though I love my adoptive parents dearly. I'm my own person. I'm unique, just like you are. And closure through searching sometimes only helps you realize even more how much that, yeah, you might have certain traits that come up. Um, obviously my identity, my hair, my skin color, my body shape, those are a lot of those things are somewhat genetic, right? My appearance in general. But, and, to a degree, maybe other parts of my personality as well. There's that whole nature versus nurture thing. I don't know. But to me, it's given me a profound sense of realizing just how unique I am and how, despite whatever the results are, despite what my genetic background is, I'm my own person. And I get to choose what my identity is and go from there. And that's the kind of closure that can happen from searching and from getting the answers that you need. It can answer a lot of questions, but it can also make you realize that you get to determine the answers from there. You get to come up with your own answers, and that these things don't necessarily have to define you. I don't have to own anything I don't want to own. I still get to forge my own identity based on the kind of person I want to be. And so that's a lifelong process, and I continue to move forward. I made a lot of mistakes, even while I was searching, I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of assumptions. I probably pissed a lot of people off. And I have a lot of regrets, about the way that I handled things. But all I can do is take that and move forward and learn from it. And, just knowing that if I had had the closure of knowing who I was to begin with, I probably wouldn't have done half that stuff in the first place. And so I hope that it's made me a better person. Just like I think if you're a person in search of your identity and getting closure to your identity, that finding the answers will help you as well to seek whatever you're looking for, that piece that you need to close up your identity and know who you really are so that you can put all this behind you and move on with life and move forward and do better and achieve whatever it looks like for you to get that closure. So, me personally, with that sense of closure, what I've done is made it my personal mission to help others. I believe so strongly in having that sense of identity and helping other people find it. And I realized what a gift I have of being able to search for people, not only from my experience of decades of searching before doing DNA testing, but also of tracing people's family trees and using like dirty family trees that I create, because my specialty is taking people that don't know where they came from and doing reverse genealogy based on their DNA results. And so I hope my story leaves you with a sense that you can find whoever you're looking for, that the answers are out there if you just persevere. My story didn't happen overnight, for sure. It's been a lifelong process until I finally got to the answers. But they are out there. The answers are out there and you can find them, especially in the advent of genetic genealogy and being able to really know who you are through your DNA results. And so if you're interested in learning more about it, I'll link to it below. You have the answers within you to complete your own search, whether you have me help you or do it yourself. I really encourage you that if you're trying to find that piece of yourself, that you press forward. For me, DNA testing turned out to be the solution. Let me know in the comments below if you're looking for somebody. How much information do you know? You don't want to go based on what you've heard, but maybe some information would be helpful if you know the general area of the person you're looking for. Tell me, tell me who it is in the comments and tell me what you've done so far to search. And have you taken a DNA test? And if not, have you thought about taking one? If so, like I said, I'll link my website below. And if you need any guidance along the way, I'd be glad to help you look at your results and get a fuller picture and draw out a family tree of who you're looking at so that you can ultimately get to that link in the tree that ends with who you are.